Hi everyone and welcome to episode 9 of the Batte Aston Villa with me, the United City FM. So as we continue our run-in with Villa to the end of this first season on the Batte battle in FM22's Batte, then we come up against Leicester City. Leicester City, who have lost their manager to Newcastle. I suspect lots of you have had that happen in your saves. And they're sitting 17th in the Premier League. So a perfect opportunity to get 3 more points and keep us moving towards that European spot. Can we get them today? Let's find out. Welcome back. So a few more episodes to go just to finish off this season. We're going to play every game of this run-in just to complete the FM22 beta period before the official game launches next week. So what have we got left? We've got Leicester, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton, Arsenal, Man City. There's quite some big teams still to play. If we go to the competition page, you'll see that we're currently sitting up in 6th position, just behind West Ham, but we're kind of identical in terms of goal difference and points there. We've got Tottenham just on our tails, 2 games behind, but only 4 points behind, so they're going to cause us a problem as well, potentially. So there's a 3-way battle for these 3 spots, 5th, 6th and 7th. Can we finish in the top of those 3? We'll have to wait and see. But today, Leicester City right the way down at the other end of the table in 17th position, really struggling. Watford, Burnley, Palace behind them. We got a good win against Palace in yesterday's episode just to keep us moving forward. Can we do the same today? We'll have to wait and see. So because of those tricky run-in games that we've got coming up against the likes of Chelsea, etc., today is a perfect opportunity to rest a couple of players just to get them fit, ready for those that run-in. Because after today's match, probably they're going to have to play most of the games, if not all of them, through to the end of the season. We've also got a couple of fitness issues as well. Matthew Targett, Jed Steer, Aguilar, and Leon Bailey all still have fitness issues. Leon Bailey's been a long-term absentee now, unfortunately, because he's quite important to us. Hopefully he'll be back for some of the running, but we'll see. They're not too bad on their conditioning, but their fitness needs work a little bit. So we're going to rest them for today's match. We're going to bring some of them back in for tomorrow's match. And we'll just see if we can get them back to fitness for those last few matches of the season. We'll see. But that means that today we do rotate the side a little bit, and we've rotated a couple of others out of the starting lineup as well, specifically McGinn, Buendia and Ings, just to protect them for the run-in as well. So for today's match against 17th position Leicester City, we're going with Martinez in goal, Cash at right back, Young at left back, Konsa and Mings in central defence, Louise and Ferguson in central midfield, Traore on the right, Trezeguet on the left, and Delap and Watkins up top, with a 9-man bench all ready and raring to go should they be needed. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So I've gone fairly positive in terms of the team talk. I've had my hands in the pocket, so it's not been an overly overt gesture, but it is saying I want to be impressed today, go and put on a show. It's time to put on a performance at this point in the season and absolutely make us no doubt as to where we're going to be at the end of this season. Top of those 3 positions is the plan. In 5th position in the Premier League is my aim. We'll have to see if we can get there. Both teams playing a version of the 4-4-2 today, so we're going to match up quite nicely. We'll see where those gaps arise as we go through the game. 4 minutes in, though, Leicester have the first opportunity and the first goal off the second shot. I think it was either a goalkeeper clearance or it hit the crossbar or something. Couldn't quite catch that. But then Rafinha closes in on that ball in the 6-yard box and puts it away. Where's this first one go? I think it was the goalkeeper, possibly. Bit unlucky, really. Just falls straight back out to Rafinha, who puts it into the back of the net, having unbalanced the goalkeeper a little bit. And we are under pressure fairly early on. Let's see if we can get back into this game. We work it nicely down the right-hand side. Delap into the box down the right-hand side, crosses it in, and we get a similar opportunity. The goalkeeper parries it out into the 6-yard box, and Watkins is there, and he couldn't quite put it home. And we get a corner kick instead. Corner comes in, it's partially cleared. Luis is going to pick it up for us, though. In central midfield, puts it into Traore down the right-hand side. Ferguson supporting into the box. Gets pushed a little bit wide. Unfortunately, couldn't drive at the goal. Had to go down the side of the penalty box. And eventually, we get another corner kick. Traore out there on that far side, taking it into the near post again. Again, Luiz is going to pick it up for us. He's probably going to have to drop it. Oh, he drops it down the right-hand side again rather than back into defence. And again, Ferguson is there in support and doesn't quite manage to get through the block. And eventually, Leicester City clear it. Some good pressure there after an early setback. And we have started this game fairly brightly, but then so have Leicester City, really. 4 shots at goal, 3 on target for them, 3-0 for us. So in front of goal, still not quite doing it, are we, really? We've got a little bit more possession than they have, and the time is now ticking on a little bit. It's settled the game down, and we are in the 25th minute. So you can see time is flown by. Young and Traore getting involved in the play down this left-hand side. Luiz wins the ball brilliantly. And then there's 2 shots at goal there that somehow we could not get past their goalkeeper in their defence. And there's a couple of blocks in there. I think we're being a little bit unlucky, unfortunately, in front of goal just at the moment. There's a couple of really clear-cut opportunities that we haven't managed to take so far. And it's not really just because we've rested someone like Danny Ings, because he's been struggling to put those sorts of chances away as well, if I'm totally honest. It's one thing that I found in FM22 is that I've found it really hard to get my goal scorers properly going. I'm sure some of you have had like 30, 40 goals a season, strikers somehow. I haven't quite managed that just at the moment, but Vardy in for Leicester, and again the goalkeeper comes out and claims the space a little bit and parries it off for a corner kick for Leicester City. So a little bit of pressure for them. Can we clear the ball and counter-attack? We can't, but the header goes over the top of the bar, doesn't challenge the goalkeeper, and we can settle the play down again. But you can see that they've had a real step up, Leicester. Now they're on 11 shots at goal, 7 on target, 6-2 for us. So it's still in front of goal that we've got the problem. We've got enough of the possession to try and make something happen here, but we're not lethal enough in front of goal. It would be certainly one of the things that I would look to try and figure out if we were to continue on with Villa, which obviously we're not. This is just a beta save. But if we were, then that would be something that we really, really need to figure out, is how we're getting the goals. Because at the moment, it's not really working consistently. Defensively, we're doing all right, although Leicester City have got another really good opportunity here down the right-hand side for them. Cross comes into the far post. That's always a problem, and that is an overpowered part of the match engine just at the moment for anybody, I would suggest. If you can get those crosses into that far post, they often get headed back across goal and into the back of the net, just like that happened there for 2-0 for Leicester City. We are going down without a bit of a fight today, a bit of a whimper, unfortunately, and that is not what we needed. I know that it's always a gamble to rotate your 11, but with half a dozen matches to play, you have to rest them occasionally, sometimes. Otherwise, they'll just be out on their feet against the really big opponents, and then we'll really struggle. But today, for whatever reason, 17th place Leicester have really shown up and caused us a big, big problem. Just coming up to half-time, and we are going to change it quite a bit at half-time because we kind of have to at this point. Leicester City have had all of the luck in the world, it feels like. We've had a couple of really good attempts that have been blocked, but they've also shown some good determination and some good play to get through to this sort of area of the pitch and get it through. On that occasion, Luiz picks out the loose ball and we get a counter-attack opportunity. Delap, again, just being pushed slightly wider than I would like. I would really love him to have challenged the defender a little bit and gone through to goal, but in the end, that is a fantastic strike by Douglas Luiz, sitting outside the penalty box quite a way. We're working on the right-hand side. Ferguson gets it, palms it off to Luiz, gets it out from his feet, and then digs out a brilliant shot right into that top corner. Goalkeeper scrambles across and couldn't quite get there. And we do go back to 2-1 just before half-time, and that gives us a little bit of hope, a glimmer of hope that we can get back into this match. So into the dressing room we go. Can't really dig them out as much as we were going to, but we will point the finger. We're in the position we deserve to be, and the numbers prove that. Show me something better in the second half. I like that team talk. That's a good one to have, as long as it makes an impact on them. So we're going to come straight back out and fire them up for this second half We're also going to go and sit in balanced just for a little while to see if we can get a little bit more possession of the football and start to try and change the momentum of the play just a little bit. Trezeguet on the ball, over the top for Watkins, too early. Could have brought it up a little bit, could have run himself for a little bit and taken on a couple of players, maybe just... I think it's lethal, isn't it, for Leicester? It's really lethal. They've got Vardy on the break, just on the last man's shoulder. And if you can put that ball through and he holds his run, which he definitely did there, as far as I could see, he's got so much pace. He'll get to the ball first, and he did. Martinez comes out, tries to close the space down, and he just didn't get it right. Got stuck in no man's land, and Vardy puts it underneath him, and we are going to have to pause the game and go in and do... something, anything, really. So what are we going to do? We are going to have to go and change pretty much everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our wide players off. Both are having a fairly average game. Trezeguet on a 6.1. Ashley Young on a 6. Not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. So what are we going to do? We're going to take Ashley Young out and we're going to put Horse in. And we're going to switch it around slightly and play a back 3. So we're going to do that. We'll just put Cash there for a minute because that's going to change as well. We are going to take him out, I think. Are we? Yes, we are. We're going to take Cash out. We're going to put Danny Ings in. And we're going to put him right through the centre point. And play a 3 up top. And that leaves... Louise and Ferguson and Traore and Trezeguet. We're going to drop Traore back and Trezeguet back as well. And then actually what we're going to do is we're going to take Trezeguet out because he's playing so badly. We're going to put Buendia in. And I think we'll switch him and Traore round. It's not brilliant. Buendia will play perfectly well in that position. Traore not so much, but... it's as good a balance as I can find, I think, really. Or is that what I want to do? Nope, I've got a better idea. So we're going to switch that back and we're going to put... we're going to take Trezeguet out, as I say, but we're going to put Matthew Target in. Fitness isn't brilliant, but he can play down that that left-hand side better, I think. So we'll do that, I think. Keep Traore on, put Target down that left-hand side, and we're going to go full bore on the Route 1, and we're just going to boot it up there and see what happens. We're going to try and use Ings as a bit of a target for that as much as we can and see whether we can get anything off of him. So the play has been set. The highlight comes for us. Can we get something back before those changes are implemented? Even if we do, we're still going to implement the changes because we'll still be behind in the game. Delap header just about gets there for Traore down this right-hand side. Cash takes over, puts it over the top for Ferguson, pushed out wide, but chance for the cross into the near post, and it gets there, but Ward comes out as the goalkeeper and claims the ball really comfortably, and we don't really get much from that. So the changes have been made. We can go into the shouts, demand more from the players. And we've got half an hour, and we've kind of put all our eggs in one basket here. We can't really change too much more. We've changed the formation, we've changed the style of play, we've changed the personnel as much as we can. It's just about now, can we get on the ball enough to do something with this last half an hour of the game? And at this point, it's still Leicester that are on the ball and causing us problems in the highlights. They're sitting just at the top of the box. Yeah. Okay, well, today has not worked out well, has it? The Villa squad is, as I've said a number of times, is really okay, but you scratch the surface of that first team 11 and it's not good enough at all. If I was continuing on, there'd be probably, I don't know, half the squad that need to be moved out properly and some really good young up-and-coming potential replacements put in there a little bit to challenge the first team players a bit and all sorts of stuff. But just at the moment, it's not quite working, is it? The first half of the season wasn't too bad at all. The second half has been fairly ordinary. So Leicester are given the ball back because they obviously kicked the ball out for an injury issue that they've still got. Lookman waiting to come on. Oh, boy. They're so brutal to us. Another shot comes in. This time the post saves us, but it feels like there's no way of us stopping them at all. That somehow they just keep breaking the lines. Nobody's getting anywhere near them. I mean, look, they're just passing around us like we don't even exist. Tielemans pulling the strings with Maddison in midfield. Lots of space in that point on the far side just for them to get the cross in. Eventually they do, but we manage to get onto the ball ourselves. Please don't give it away. There's the opportunity. Ings comes out, gets the ball. Watkins in the box, gets the cross in, but it's blocked. Gets another chance at the cross in, puts it to the far post. And that will do. Delap heads it back across the 6-yard box. Ings in the 6-yard box to poke the ball home. And we go back to 4-2 with still 10 minutes to play. There's a lot to do still. But actually, that's not too bad. So we're going to change the mentality up to very attacking and just boot that ball down the pitch. That's all I care about at this point. Any chance that we get, we've got to try and get it up as quick as possible to get a couple of chances at goal. But of course, the game now, because we need stuff, is going to completely go quiet. And the time is ticking away. We've played up to 88 minutes now. And I think we're done in this one, unfortunately. And that really does dent our chances of the European spot. And I know that I rotated. And I know that I did. But I didn't have any choice. You saw the fitness issues that we've got. You saw the tiredness of some of our players. They need resting, and that was the chance to do it. Still hoping to get a result from a side that was in 17th position. And it just didn't work at all. Just didn't work at all. I mean, 21 shots at goal, 10 on target for them, 13 and 6 for us. That 6 is a problem. It's a big problem. We got 2 goals from those 6, which isn't too bad, but that needed to be sort of up into the 9-10 kind of range, really. I mean, they had half of their shots on target as well, but they had double the shots pretty much. It's not good enough. 2.3 XG rating for them, 1.6. So we both did better than we were supposed to. They had more possession and they had more goals as well, and we lose the game 4-2. Ugh, frustrating. So we do stay in 6th, in and around West Ham and Tottenham, but now both of them have got at least a game in hand over us. So that is going to cause us a few problems, unfortunately. It was a real body blow, that one. Brighton are coming up next for our next episode. You can see in the top right-hand corner here the schedule. And then it's that challenging run of Chelsea, Everton, Arsenal, Man City. We've got a lot of work to do, unfortunately. It's going to be a really very, very tricky run-in. But there we go. We have to play them, so we're going to do that as well as we can. So coming up tomorrow, in tomorrow's episode, we got Brighton away from home. They currently sit in 11th position. We need those 3 points. So can we do that? You'll have to come and join me tomorrow to find out. But for today, it was really, really disappointing for a side that are sitting like 19th in the form guide, sitting 17th in the table to get a result like that against us. Just shows how inconsistent this side can be, even if you rotate them in and around a little bit. We should have been able to cope, and we didn't. But there we go. That's just the way it is. Brighton tomorrow. I'll see you then. Till then, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join my United City community. The more the merrier. Click that like button on this particular episode. That'll help me get seen by more people. Until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.